Exercising first thing in the morning, cold showers, intermittent fasting. These are things which I've been doing for a while, and I just felt, when you know these things help, but you don't have an explanation for them. Crazy guys. I was just listening to this episode in the gym this morning, right? The Diary of a CEO. I was listening to this episode talking about dopamine and everything that happens with dopamine in the brain, blah 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 blah. And I've been doing cold showers since 2021, so that's 4 years now. And I always exercise in the morning, and I've also started doing intermittent fasting since last year, more or less. So I don't eat till like 12 midday, and my mornings are normally busy, so I don't even get the time to eat. And I just noticed from listening to that episode that, okay, there is some science to it. Right? For me, it just always made sense, right? Like, I always justified it as doing the hardest thing first kind of sets the tone for the rest of the day and convinces you that you can do anything, right? If I wake up in the morning and I go to the gym, exercise is not easy waking up from the bed, it's cold in the winter, and then you come back, you hop on a cold shower. It's like you've done some of the most difficult things on a typical day. You've done some of the most difficult things you can do in the morning. So then it's like the rest of the day, anything that comes easy peasy, lemon squeezy, let's go on, right? And I always just felt like it just made sense. Do the easy thing first so then the rest of your day, you can tackle everything else because you're in the mental space to like crush down all limitations. That was the explanation for me. And it always worked. I just always felt like I might not have an explanation. When people ask me, why are you doing cold showers? Why are you doing all this? I never had an explanation for it, but it just worked for me. It got me motivated. I was able to do things during the day. With a little touch of a nap during the day too, I was unstoppable. And listening to that podcast, it just adds a lot of perspective to what exactly it is. It's almost like basically simplified. It's like you're paying for dopamine. You're doing the hard thing and you're paying upfront for dopamine, which then you get to be able to have the motivation to do the rest of the stuff during the day. Which for me was just like, it makes sense. It's like a piece of the puzzle that just like fell into place. Boom. And it's not necessarily the same for everyone. And I think you can get addicted to exercise. Like you can really get addicted to all these things, right? Because of course there's a tendency to for lack of a better word, over drugify everything that we're doing nowadays, right? But when you find the right balance, it could really work in your favor to proactively do the hard thing, because that just sets you up for success. Like literally, physically, physiologically, the also just releases dopamine, which you need to do a lot of stuff. And that for me was like a crazy realization. I would really recommend that podcast, man. It's the Diary of a CEO, one of the recent episodes today with the expert on dopamine. It's a really good episode. And if you're struggling to just get yourself to do stuff, I'll recommend. Check it out.